agents are typically being used in a site-directed way. They're not being used in empiric therapy until you get the culture results back.
Correct.
So product M will be put in the same pool
That's right.
as AVICAS. So in this case, is one or the other.
Right.
It's not one and the other
Right.
sequentially.
Right. Okay.
Generally, yes. There'll be the odd person that will use it empirically or the odd thing, but if you're looking at market share, no, it's not going to have a lot of empiric use.
Oops. Okay. Thank you.
So I would love to switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about how you learn about new information, how do you learn about launches, and how do you keep up to date. So let's go broad. So how do you normally learn about new information?
I go to annual meetings. 2 meetings I go to the most are ID Week and the Society of Healthcare Epidemiology of America meeting. And I read journals, clinical infectious disease, infection control, and hospital epi. Those are the major ones. I don't meet with marketing people, and I generally don't meet with the scientific liaisons, very rarely. But so it's mainly through publications and national meetings.
So why don't you meet with medical science liaisons?
Because generally most of them are not into the science, they're into pushing the product, unfortunately. There's the odd one who is not, but in my years, they often do not provide the most objective of data.
I see. So you said, can you tell me again the name of the conferences that you attend, the 2 conferences?
Sure. ID Week, put on by multiple societies, including IDSA and SHE, and the Society of Healthcare Epidemiology of America's annual meeting.
So you said that you consume journals, you read the news of keeping up to date in the journals. Do you do this digitally or in the print format?
Most often digitally, although I can't get them to stop sending me the hard copies, but we store them on our bookshelf in the office, but I read them most often digitally.
So when you have a tough case that you need to solve and you need to find some information, where do you go to find information? Do you go to colleagues? Do you go to the web?
We go to PubMed. So I have PubMed available. We have almost all the journals on any of the, I'd say 95% of the journals. I can get the article directly on my computer.
And do you share cases with your colleagues?
Do I discuss cases with my colleagues? Yeah.
Yes. How does that normally happen?
In a complicated case, I'll ask stroll down to my colleague's office and discuss it with him. In a really complicated case, I'll email a national expert.
So, where do you find the national experts?
Well, I know them most often from meetings, especially relative to the topics you're talking about. I know them.
Got it. So is there anything that the maker of product M can do to help in your life? I'm not talking necessarily about consuming and using the drug, but like in your life in general as you're treating this multiple drug-resistant patients.
Is there something that who can do?
They may